Sleep Gang in Falke University. This be your boy Bedtime Buddy, and today I'm going to be doing a post commentary of my CPT Online East 1 run by popular request. First, it's important to highlight that my first 2 rounds were buys. My first opponent's name was Crazy Dave, and my second opponent's name was Scarface_Flow. So those are both buys. And then my next opponent here was BK's Only Hope. So I'm going to try not to do too much talking here. Only going to try to highlight you know, pretty much what's going on. I don't want to repeat myself since my gameplay philosophy is pretty much the same. So here early, you're going to find that I'm trying to find my range and try to examine what he likes to do from a safe distance. See if he's a dasher, jumper, if he likes to stick out buttons. I just kind of want to understand what he likes to do offensively. Credit to BK's Only Hope, didn't at any point in this match really show too many of his cards, but there were plenty of things that I could have done a lot better. So you'll see me missing punishes on a few bullhorns, so those need to get cleaned up for sure. And there are some sweeps that I either let land foolishly or that I don't punish well. So there you'll see me do wake up DP. I rather do DP early, earlier in the round, of course, but that was my first time in that situation there. But I rather use it early in the set than late in the set, because I kind of want to establish it so that way I can wake up with buttons later instead of a DP, and maybe get some V-trigger activations and stuff like that. So yeah, if it would have worked, that would have been great. Obviously it's better to stay in the match, but just not the way that one shook up. So here I'm starting to get a little bit of a read on what he likes to do from max spacing, and I learned that he didn't have much knowledge of dealing with 3HK. So obviously with that being one of my strong suits, I'm like, alright, I'm going to use my 3HK here. So in this round I just want to use my range and just try to keep the pace at my pace and keep him out as much as possible. But you'll see a few execution errors here and there that need to get cleaned up in this type of environment. In a more controlled, calm environment, don't really have those type of issues, but here, like right there, I couldn't decide what I wanted to do on wake up, so I ended up doing nothing but a jab. I just couldn't make up my mind fast enough. So of course in Street Fighter 5, that kind of indecision will get you clapped. So here I just kind of try to go back to the drawing board and try to go back to establishing my range using the max range jumping. Here I got the corner carry. I didn't use the 3HK there, but I have him in a box, so I just kind of want to keep him in that box and not let him out of that corner. So you see me here working the range. See right there, that was a confidence thing. Like I had the max range set up for the whiff punish, but I didn't believe in it, so I didn't press the button. And here you'll see me I tried to throw away my charge so I could build extra meter and finish him with a back throw, but I ended up shooting him with the air shot. So bad, like my heart just sank to my ass when I did that. It was a complete mess. So here I'm trying to encourage him to drop can, but he doesn't want to drop the can anymore, and then out of nowhere he decided to give me the look. So I guess he wasn't really paying attention to the fact that I had keyed onto his can habits, or maybe he just didn't care. It's possible that he just didn't care. So I'm trying to establish this 6 HP from a safe range, or as safe a range as possible, so I can get more anti-airs. But this is where the confidence actually came back into play, because you'll find later in the set I didn't fully believe, like right there. I would have the spacing for the AA, but I didn't fully believe in it. So I let a lot of long jumps get through that I could have anti-aired. So more things that needs to get cleaned up. So bada bing bada boom, right there I get the super confirm. And we go on to match number 3. So this is the all or nothing match. So you'll see he's getting a little more buttonsy. Obviously he wants to put me in that bad position that he put me in round 2 of the first match. So I'm slowly getting pushed to the corner, but I'm trying not to take long walks back. I just want to take like little tiny walks back and then kind of look like I'm coming forward, even if I don't really have full intent to move forward, just to kind of say, hey, like, this is my space, you can't step in here. I need a better punish for that at max range. If anybody has one, let me know what's up. And there's probably a better punish for sweep as well. See, I could have anti-aired there. So now I'm back in that bad position. Let's see if I can fight my way out. So I scored 2 wake up DPs, worthy of note. It means I'm likely less inclined to DP in that situation later, but I haven't watched these back prior to doing the commentary, so I don't have an exact clear memory of how everything shook up. So now it looks like I'm anti-airing a little with a little more conviction, and which is what I need because I believe I already established the 6 HP. At least that's what I'm thinking at this time, that if I stand here, I can get more anti-airs. But as you can see, he's not jumping, so what ends up happening is I'm just blocking his attacks. And actually, I'm letting him get more cans because I'm looking for the jumps. Yep. And then as soon as I switch up, that's when he starts jumping. See, this is me just trying to stay out of the corner as best I can. And right around, there's a point in this round where I got a really bad rollback that kind of does this right here. So on my screen, it's showing me that I'm hitting him the whole combo. And then after my super went and then he blocked it, I was like, wait, what? So I literally followed through with that entire combo thinking that it was landing. And yeah, I just got sent to the loser's bracket there. So at that point, I'm 2-1. So now I'm in the loser's bracket. So here, so all of my matches will start the same. I'm trying to find my range. I'm trying to see my opponent's approach habits. So so that much I won't commentate repeatedly. I'll just kind of from here on, I'll kind of just explain the effects. Also, take note of this Colin hitting me with the counter on my jumping. It's something I tried to take note of, but I didn't want it to control the match. So I tried to at least remain a little bit stubborn. But it certainly almost was to my detriment, but you'll see. One thing that I did that I was taking note of around this juncture was that one was the counters, but also she liked to do vanity step back into the jump in, and at first I wasn't reacting well to it. Also that she wants to dash almost immediately. That was really cheeky. That she wants to dash almost immediately when she gets into her V trigger and, you know, ice skate across the ring and attack with a low. So 2 things I took mental note of. Actually, that's 3. See, so right there, that crouch and heavy punch punish was me trying to catch the vanity step jump, but she just poorly executed her vanity step dash. So my crouch and heavy punch covered both options. Kind of makes me wonder if crouch and heavy punch will just cover both options all the time. So there you see me scouting the dash, and then my 2 dash, which usually serves me pretty well. After the air shot, I couldn't time my button, which makes me wonder if maybe I need to revisit the frame data on that. I'm not sure, but usually if somebody back rolls, I do 2 dash and then I can do a grab or whatever. But I'm gonna have to double check the numbers on that, because against this Colin, it was just not happening. So right there, I just kind of picked up on her dash habits, and I knew she would walk right into that 6 HP. So here you see me hanging back in that range. I'm trying to encourage her to do the vanity step, but it's not coming, and I'm getting hit by random, like, not random's not the right word, kind of brawler tactics right now. And I don't really fare super well in brawler type matches. Like, I need my matches to be at my pace. So I'm just trying to restore order. So here I get hit with the same setup again. I don't even think that setup is safe. Somebody let me know if that setup is safe in the comments. And then I get hit with a jump in. So Obviously, like, I'm in a loser's bracket. Every round that I lose is a new mountain of pressure, so I'm like taking deep breaths and stuff like that right now. I was trying to regain my composure because I know I played a long game, so this is kind of how it's supposed to go. So I tried to modify my knockdown and use a meaty 5 MK setup instead, and I was still getting clipped by the jab. Like, I just could not find my timing against this person. So I'm just looking for dash. Like, the person kind of fell in love with dash. See right there, I was looking for dash and I got hit with jump in. Just, I mean, you pick your poison. With this character, at least, she's one of the few characters that wants to play on the outside and can't like look ground but still cover sky. Like, you know, we commit to one or the other. It's just kind of the way it goes. So right there, I'm just trying to get an activation off. So she gave me a little bit of room to get an activation off, and then she didn't respect the loop. So I'm sure many of us Falke players have gotten W's from people that don't want to respect the loop. By the way, this is my first post commentary, so bear with me. This is a 30-minute video, so if I can't talk through the whole thing, I apologize. I'm totally a noob at this right now. So now I'm just trying to put everything all together. So the dash timing, the spacing for the vanity step jump in, trying not to get hit when any counters, maintain my range and my pace. I just want to put all of it all together and close out nice and clean. Don't do anything too risky. And right now it's just all working out. So right there, I just go for damage so I can put the pressure on. And here comes the skates. And that's the read that I got from round 1. Now, this player I was able to download very quickly because this player was a dasher. And I'm really strong against dashers. Like, very strong against dashers. So if you're like a dash-in type player, you will definitely have a very hard time beating me. And that's what he is. I think a tip for this player, if he was to watch this video, or it seems like he's with BCW crew, like, I think someone should let him know that he needs to walk more. If this player walks more, he'd be way harder to beat. But yeah, it's kind of pointless to overextend yourself. I can't pester you like a Dawson can. It's, you know, you're gonna block a few 6 HPs, but you might jump in on one and then you get to play. Like, there's no reason to rush that much. So it's not really too much to commentate here. You'll just see this person repeatedly running into a brick wall. Also, it could be nerves that come into play, so I don't want to downplay it and make everything sound like crazy simple. But in tournaments, sometimes it's about the composure, like the exchange of composure. And if you can make it so that your opponent is the one doing the thinking, then you're doing yourself a really big favor by taking the mental aspect out of the game. Like, sure, you can randomize and beat a few people, but the idea is to win the tournament, right? You don't want to just beat a few people. So it's really hard to just go through a whole tournament with this type of playstyle and actually be successful in the tournament. So that's just my thoughts. It's my video, so I can put my thoughts out there. So you'll see him here mounting some offense. It's my first time seeing it, so I'm like, all right, I don't know what he does, but let me not like do anything stupid, like get shimmied or you know, have a DP blocked. Like, this is my chance to get information, so I'm just willing to take his pressure. See there, I tried to set up a shimmy off to the loop. He didn't bite, and now I'm just trying to win with a dive. So he could have punished that dive, and after he anti-aired me, I was probably just gonna do it again. And now the final round, you'll see I'm trying to step into my range that I can check that dash with my medium punch. Early on, the dash wasn't coming, so he was being way more successful. And then he kind of just went back to it. See me checking it? I'm checking for that dash. Okay, so he's doing pretty good right now. He's got me in the corner. He let me get an activation off. That's 2 dashes. So I chose not to use more bar, and then I decided to use it afterwards. I forgot who I was talking to, but like there is this thing that I see Falke players just burn through every trigger shots like very fast. So okay, so let me explain that super. This player hadn't had the opportunity to mount much offense throughout the set, so I kind of had a feeling that he would commit to his plus frame situation. It was a risk I was willing to take with the lead that I had. Plus I felt confident in my reads to where if I was wrong, I still felt confident that I'd be able to win the set. Now, this Ryu player was very awkward for me. I could not draw a bead on what this Ryu player wanted to do. And a big part of it is because this Ryu player would not fight from mid-range. He just refused. So he would always move back to like a Dawson max range. And I'm like, what can Ryu do from over there? So I think that the pressures of being in the loser's bracket in the online tournament didn't allow me to find the simple answer. The simple answer was just walk him down. But for whatever reason, between the Hadoukens, the dashes, and the jumps, I did not feel comfortable walking this player down. So, and I was really bad at whiff punishing solar plexus strike. Definitely got to clean that up. So you'll see here, he's just like moving a lot, and it's all the way across the screen movement. I cannot figure this guy out for the life of me. Fortunately, he wasn't hitting me very hard. Like if he was hitting me hard, then this would have been a nightmare opponent for me. Because he's like very scrambly, and this is the kind of opponent that when they beat you, you're just like, oh my god, this is so annoying. So yeah, this was a very threatening opponent. Despite what the scoreboard ends up saying, this was actually a really uncomfortable fight for me. So there I get the jump in. I wasn't quite sure if jump hard punch would reach, so I went with a jump medium punch. Now I'm trying to put him in my little box. He gets a good jump out. Now just trying to get some chip from a safe range, move in and out. Now this is where stuff got extra weird, because I had a feeling that he was going to try to parry there. So I'm thinking, all right, I taught this guy a lesson. I read his very first parry, but then this kind of happened. So you'll see. There's another miss whiff punish. Bada bing, bada boom. So I'm using my plus frames, getting some damage off. I'm just getting a whole lot of chip in. See, I'm going for the stun here. That was a really good parry. Not a difficult one, but a good one nonetheless. Very aware for that life deficit to have the wherewithal to parry there. So I'm trying not to do anything too risky here. I probably could have won or got really close to it if I would have punished that solar plexus. So right there, I see I did not discourage him from using his VT2, and he just runs amok on me with this thing. This is like really rough. They say it's not a comeback VT, but you land that parry a couple times, your opponent's gonna be in trouble. So that's what happened to me there. So still, even now till this point in the match, I still don't have a good read for how this person wants to fight me. It's nothing like the Ed player. Like the Ed player, I just kind of understood, like, all right, this person wants to dash up and come attack me. This Ryu player, I just do not know. I do not know what's going on. And I need a way better punish there. Can I punish that with hard punch? Let me know in the comments, guys. See there, I thought I could clear the fireball, but I was off by a little bit. See, so he's starting to hit me hard now. So now I'm like, whoa, okay, let me try to calm down a little bit. I'm starting to hit kind of hard, so it's getting my attention. Here I was trying to go through. I backed off because I didn't want to get hit with a parry, but a parry wasn't even a threat in that situation. So I don't even know why that crossed my mind. So I'm trying not to strike at obvious times because I don't want to get parried. And then of course I closed out with a throw. I can't throw. I'm so weird. Like I charge with light punch most of the time, so I had to release my charge in order to throw there. So that throw is actually very telegraphed, but obviously people don't get to see Falke a lot, so I need to get better at switching my charge button over, especially if I want to throw. So as you can see, I can never find my range that I want to settle into. And apologies, the neighbors are going into their apartment right now. So the neutral is like a crapshoot. Like, this is not a good dance partner for me at all. So that anti-air super was actually like a footsies type thing, because he had me moving around so much that when I tried to do a regular anti-air there, it gave me a super. I got really lucky with that anti-air there. It covered the backside like on some birdie type stuff. Right there, I go for the shimmy, expecting a SOS DP, and then I close out with the air shot. So now I gotta fight Cloud, and much of the same. I want to establish my range, but with Geef it's like exponentiated, because Geef has to work really hard to pin Falke down. So as you can see, I got the whiff punish there. At first I tried the whiff punish with sweep, but her sweep is very stubby, so I was like, all right, well, let me try hard punch instead, and it worked out. So I think from that point on, Cloud then used very many more hard kicks in neutral, and like that really helped me out a lot, because hard kick is really good against Kugel. So later you'll see me racking up chip with Kugel, because I knew he was no longer willing to use that hard kick. So I'm gonna cash in some damage there, come with a 3 HK combo, take the chip. So here I'm just kind of calling his bluff. I feel like he's not going to jump, so I'm confident just walking up and pressing buttons. And then he tried to whiff punish one of my buttons with his V-trigger, but it was too late, I believe, because I know that thing has a win box on it, so it must have been too late. So here I'm trying to space another stiff punch, but the stiff punch isn't coming. So eventually I'll probably switch off. Yeah, so now I'm using Kugel. Just racking up chip. I'm like, if you don't want to move that much, because he wasn't committing to anything, I'm like, I'm just going to rack up some chip. So here's where it started to get dangerous. He started to kind of understand my defensive patterns a little bit. So instead of trying to use mental energy to try to mix up my defense habits once he hits me, I was like, let me try to be a little more attentive to not letting him grab me, so I don't have to, you know, put mental energy towards trying to figure out what his offense was. So I just wanted to stay out of a bad situation. And then of course he makes a really good play, as good players do, and counters my air fireball. Made a mistake there. I could have punished that way harder. Like, I might have even been able to win off of that command grab. So bad stuff there by me, but I ended up taking the round anyway. So next up, we get right to it with the 6 HP. See, every round starts, like when it comes to these bigs, as a, not like a mix up, but they either got to block that 6 HP or jump in. So a lot of these bigs don't like taking that chip in the beginning, so they're usually trying to do something, and that something is usually not the right thing. So I'm in the left side corner, and this will become a trend. I don't know if I need to, I don't know what I need to add to my corner defense. If anyone has any suggestions, like right now I use delayed jab, of course I use DP, I use delayed throw tech. I analyze, like, or if they like light medium, then I try to DP the medium, or if they like light medium, or I don't know. I feel like my corner defense is just missing a wrinkle. I'm not sure quite what it is yet. So I get the dash under there into the trip guard light kick. It's pretty good twinkle toe stuff right there. And we're drawing near the end of the post commentary. I hope I'm doing a good job to this point. Again, this is my first time, so please bear with me. So range here, I'm noticing that my steps back are a little too long. So I'm actually cornering myself without realizing. I'm a little bit too scared of this Geef. He's my anti-aerial trade there. So I don't know what's up with that. I guess Geef's jumping. Maybe that's his medium kick. It's pretty good. It reaches down. So, and then right there I get a trade again, but this time I convert it into super. I tried to let him get deep enough to where it would combo into super, but the trade worked out anyway, so I take it. And now my next opponent is Mike Too Strong, and my matches with Mike Too Strong at ranked are usually defined by like my inability to read his 50-50s. So I wanted to stay as far away from 50-50s as possible. So I got really good with punish there. Would be nice if I could get more damage somehow. So boom, that's a light SPD, so he gets no Oki, so he didn't even bother with it. So now I'm just racking up some chip. I tried to cash in with a throw, but he was very aware. I need to add a shimmy to my game really bad. Like, I only shimmy sometimes, and it seems like I'm always shimmying at the wrong time. I need to try to understand when to apply a shimmy way better, and I think I'll win a lot more games like that. So similar to the birdie match there, I just go with a DP early to try to establish it and understand what my opponent likes to do. But that's just a bad situation for Falke because we've all been caught by it. They'll do a light attack and we'll DP it, and they get to a media us and block at the same time. I just don't like it. I don't like that design. If you're gonna give me a DP, let it function like a DP. If they attack me, they get blown up, but not Capcom's intentions. So I could have punished that better. I need to practice punishing flex too. When it like with flex. See right there, I didn't believe in my anti-air. I was doing a standing hard punch instead. So clearly right now I'm not in the rhythm to where I can anticipate his jumps and his dashes. I just don't have a good feel for them right now at all. And that triple grab, like that caught me clean because I'm like, he's whiffing jabs over my downed body. He's definitely trying to get me to DP, but he decided to follow through. So I said, I always have trouble reading his 50-50s. See right there, I took the longest walk to the corner. That's uber bad stuff, guys. Do not do that, especially against a grappler. Clearly he had my attention, but just don't walk yourself into the corner. You're making it so much easier for your opponent. I understand you need space, but like, fight for the space. Don't just walk yourself to the corner. As you can see, it ended up controlling the whole round. If he's gonna dash, I need to check the dash, not retreat. Very important. So now I'm like a little late on the anti-air, so I'm like adjusting it, but I'm ready for the dash now because I realized that the last round that the dash played a big part. And you'll see me here where like I'll get some pokes in and then I'll get out of dodge. Like, this is me understanding his preferred spacing a little bit better than I was before. See, and this is me not having confidence in my anti-airs. This is me trying my absolute best to resist jumping out of the corner because I know that's what he wants. But I just walked into a favorable range and then I jumped out at that point. Takes a lot of confidence. It's one of my few cross-up jumps in this entire set so far. Obviously because Lariat covers both sides. And here I stay down so I can collect my thoughts. I stayed down so I could collect my thoughts because I wanted to live with my decision. So I was like, I'm either going to DP or I'm not going to DP, but whatever I choose, I want to live with it. So let me think about it for a second. And that's what I did. So I was like, let me just wake up with the DP. I don't want to get grabbed 3 times. So here I start off checking the dash really well. So we're just like having a slobber knocker. Like we're trying to establish, well actually we're just trying to cash in really, but it's hard. The match is really competitive right now. He doesn't have an edge, I don't really have an edge. So actually, if anything, after that anti-air finish right there, I probably have an edge, if anything. That was a very, very convincing round. So I scored a back throw there for side change. So I started getting a little more comfortable with the range that he wanted. And I wanted to change sides. So all the ground that I'm losing, he lost it instead. And then I get more real estate. So here I'm just trying to make him work. I want to surprise him every now and then with a dash forward attack because I want him to be concerned about it. Like I don't want him to just walk me down. But he ended up walking me down anyway. So I decided to take it slow to get out. Now I got the loops going. He tried to get out there. I'm so surprised that he was able to jump at that point so early in his V trigger. So I wake up with DP there. That one I feel like was a bad one. I feel like that was a bad DP. 6 HP. He gave me one dash. I started looking for them, and he didn't give me another one. EX SPD. So what's the Oki? I think that's a hard SPD. Yep. So what's the Oki? This sucks, man. All this hard work, and this is how it goes. So I'm fighting my way out, fighting it out as best I can. Like, all right, you want to sit there? I'm not gonna jump. I'm just gonna poke you. All right, you want to jump down? Anti-air. And now after the anti-air, I know I can go to town on the ground. So I'm just using max range like crazy. I'm getting chip built up like crazy. He's not checking dashes. So I'm like, you're finally playing Street Fighter. So I'm trying to wear him down now as low as possible so I can use 2K into Super. That's what the game plan is at this point. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm ahead by a round. Apologies. The next round plays out very similarly, so you'll see why I was miscalling that. So here's where we're both trying to put everything that we've learned about each other together. This round was very, very crazy. So we got EXPD. He tried a regular grab afterwards. That's a no pop. So I should have punished that kick with hard punch. I learned that in the first round, so I should still have the ability to do it. So here I'm trying to get some offense, try to reset us back to the middle of the screen. Here we go, trying to use some plus frames. Damn, I wasted all my shots so fast. I could have got more chip at least. But I still got a good amount of chip nonetheless. So I want you guys to pay attention to the meter that we both have. So I don't want to wake up with DP here. So I'm kind of paranoid. It looks like he was ready for it anyway. So I'm just trying to rack up chip, and hope that he doesn't notice. That's what the game plan is. So I'm getting really close, and then when that landed, my eyes got really big. I'm like, here it comes. So I just want to touch him a few more times, and I'm gonna do my kick in the super. But he did an unexpected dash, and the range poke turned into an on hit, and then he immediately busted out, and here's a slow motion look. At this time, I want to thank everybody for checking out the video. Falke University. Yeah, this is kind of a bonus upload for the week, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's my first post commentary. Try to hit me up with a like and subscribe. Thanks everybody for checking out the video, and enjoy my plight.